Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. So today I wanted to talk about how to get products to sell and how to make this really simple. So first of all, excuse the lockdown haircut, right? I needed a haircut at the beginning of this whole situation and I just left it way too long then. So by the time this stuff's finished, I'm probably going to look like a caveman. Anyway, point of today's video, let's say you've got the perfect product in the warehouse, like a really great product. Okay, you've imported it from China, you've got it sent into Amazon. And now it's on page 500. How do you get it to page 1 selling consistently 10, 15 times a day? So this is a big question that's on many customers' minds after they've sent money to a supplier, right? Because the second you get up the courage to send money to a supplier, all that's going to be going through your head is, am I going to get a return on my investment? Am I going to see this money back that I've spent on products? And is this all going to work? So you're going to be thinking, how on earth do I get this stuff to sell? How can I make sure people see the product and buy it? Today I wanted to give you a few pointers for how to do that. Okay, so I actually had a client start with me last week who already has a product in the warehouse. They got, I think it was a couple thousand units, and they went big with this product, right? They spent 10 grand on this first product. Now, if you've been following my stuff for any period of time, you'll know I'm not a big advocate of going very big the first time you launch a product. In fact, I say start very small, test, then if there's demand, go bigger, right, as you feel comfortable. Anyway, he had guts, you have to say. You know, you have to be real about this. Spending 10K on an import takes guts, and he did that, and he's got the stock in the warehouse. But it's not selling as fast as he wants. In fact, it's selling maybe one every 2 days. He's had maybe best month was 30 sales in a month. Not exactly what he wanted. So I was helping him out and helping him get the stock he has in the marketplace to actually sell more. So what I wanted to do was outline to you the stuff I told him to do. And also this is the stuff I tell most clients to do once they've got their products listed. Right? And this is what makes all the difference. So when a lot of people think about marketing on Amazon, they think of two things. Number one, they think of pay-per-click advertising. Number two, they think of keywords, right? How can I do all these ninja tactics to get my pay-per-click advertising really, really cheap? And what keywords can I use to make sure my SEO works really well and I somehow magically jump to page 1 of the search results? Well, those two things are a complete waste of time unless you've done what I told my client to do today. And that is, first of all, understand your customer inside out. Understand what they care about, understand what they love, understand what they hate, understand what problems they have, okay? And then put all of that stuff that's relevant onto your listing, okay? Now that might sound like a relatively simple and obvious task that just requires a bit of common sense. And it kind of is. I mean, it does require a bit of common sense, but also it requires work. And you can't just guess. That's the point I want to make. You can't just guess what your customer cares about. You need to look at what evidence tells you customers care about, because sometimes these two things are not the same, right? Customers care about really weird, specific things that you might not think about, okay? So when you have a product and you want to get to sell, here's what to do. Number one, have a look at the other products in the niche that you're competing with, okay? And find out from those products what the customers really care about. This is the first thing you should do. So have a look through the reviews of those products, the positive reviews, the negative reviews, all the reviews, and just make a long, long, long list of all the things customers care about. So how do you tell if a customer cares about something or not? Well, if they've put it into a review and they've taken time out of their day to write a review, they must really care about that product and they must care about the thing they're bringing up. If someone's angry enough to leave a 1-star review on a product, they're emotionally invested in this thing and they thought it was going to do something and then it didn't. So that gives you an indication of what they wish the product did. So you can go through all these reviews, look at the good ones, look at the bad ones, and just make a long list of all the things that the customers care about, right? Then once you've done this, next you want to try and find the most high priority things they care about. So look for patterns. If you look at every review, and every single review mentions one thing about the product that they're complaining about or that they're praising, and you always see it, that's a very, very high priority thing that they care about, right? So once you've got your list of stuff people care about, put them into order of priority, okay? So let's take an example. Let's say you were selling, I don't know, a French press, right, that makes coffee. Let's say everyone mentioned that the size of the French press was way too small, and so when you poured water into it to make coffee, it didn't fill the mug, okay? You had loads of 1-star reviews on products because these French presses were just way too small. What does that indicate the customer cares about? Indicates they care about the size of the product, that it's big enough, right? That it's the appropriate size for a cup of coffee. If that's the thing that you see on almost every single review, then that should be number one priority, the thing the customer cares about. Right? So keep looking through the reviews until you have a long list and then put them into priority order. Once you've done that, the next step is to look at your product that you're about to sell, okay? And find all of those attributes that customers care about that your product has. Right? So if your French press is slightly bigger than a lot of the ones on the marketplace, then it is an appropriate size to make a cup of coffee with. So you can put that in your list, okay? And then find the next biggest priority that customers care about. Does your product do this? So I don't know, it could be that it has a metal lid. That's what everyone wants, for example, right? If yours does have a metal lid, then add that. So you want to take the things customers care about in the list of priorities and add them in order of priority to your list, but only the ones that apply. And here's the thing that you have to be so careful with when writing listings on Amazon. You never lie on a listing, ever. Not even a white lie, don't even bend the truth, don't even try it. If a customer really, really cares about something and there's a specific thing they require and you lie and you say that product has that thing and it does not, it's the easiest way to get a 1-star review. It's the easiest way to piss off the customer and get refunds and destroy your listing. So never lie. It will come back to bite you. Even if it's down in the bottom of the description, customers will see it, they'll get excited, that will lead them to making the purchase, and then they'll receive the product at home, see that you lied, feel cheated, scammed, and they will hunt you down and try and get you banned from Amazon, right? This is just crazy, but this is what customers are like. And it's fair enough, right? You don't want to be lied to. So add the attributes that are true. Once you're clear on this stuff, you will know now why your product should be in the marketplace. You'll know, right? So when you're writing your bullets, all it has to be now is a list of those attributes customers care about the product in order of priority, okay? And you can put 5 of those in the bullets. In the description, you can carry on and go a little bit deeper into each one of those bullets and talk more about why they're so important. Once you've done that, and once you've made your listing absolutely clear as to why your product does all that stuff, then you can think about keywords, okay? Don't overthink them, but just put the relevant keywords in your listing. Then you can turn on the pay-per-click advertising. That will get you sales, that will get you up the rankings, that'll get you to page 1, and you can start to get some reviews, which will help even more, and then you can start doing all the other stuff people talk about, like promotions and everything else. That is how you get your listing to sell. Don't try to do the ninja stuff, the PPC, the keywords, the SEO things. Don't try and do that first, because that's 2-3% effect. The stuff the customers care about, that's the big thing that's going to get you sales. That's why you see some listings on Amazon which are absolutely awful. They're disgusting. There's no effort been put in. But The product clearly does what the customer wants, so it sells, right? That's all that matters. So I hope this video has given you a little bit of perspective on how to get stuff to sell on Amazon. And by the way, look, if you're thinking about whether you should jump in and get moving with an Amazon business right now, and you might be thinking, well, is now the right time? I've got two things to tell you. Number one of my clients recently, on Monday, had one of their best days in history. Right? In France alone, they did 1,300 euros in sales just on Monday. And they sell in all 5 European marketplaces. So I don't know how good the day was, but it was good, right? Also, Jeff Bezos has added 24 billion to his fortune, thanks to this whole situation we're in right now. So if those two things aren't inspiration to check out this opportunity and to get moving, I don't know what is. And if you're interested, there's some links in the description that will help you get started, some resources you can use to get started. One of them is even a call that you can get booked and actually have a chat with me. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you some helpful things to think about, and we'll catch up very soon.